Alright, hey, what's up guys, it's Crypto Clutch here again. This is like right after I recorded the other video. I just wanted to quickly update you guys on my status of moving all of these miners over. I'm not really sure why some of these have their red lights blinking, but it doesn't matter. So this video is going to be all about Zcash and how they just announced the other day that they're planning on moving to proof of stake, potentially. It's in the works. So I'll have a link down below to the roadmap. I'm going to try and just kind of sit in one spot so you guys can look at it. But obviously, as you can see, like I have all these things right here mined Zcash, or EchoHash technically. It's like obviously if Zcash, which is the biggest coin on this, on EchoHash still, if that moved, it would definitely affect the profits. It definitely wouldn't be as bad as like Ethereum moving proof of stake, because there's like Zen and Pirate Chain. I mean, the profits go down a lot, but they could definitely absorb the hash rate, as they're already between all the other coins, like they're already taking up like 50% of the EchoHash hash rate. So like I don't really think that it's gonna, you know, just kill mining altogether. Like if you have a Z15, obviously your profit's gonna go way down, but I think you're still gonna be profitable. And plus, the big thing about this is it's not estimated to come out until 2024, which is like 2 years plus away. They didn't have like an exact date or anything like that, just like estimated. And obviously they're gonna have trials throughout 2022, and like first like implementations on 2023, and like what they're, you know, having a merge, kind of like a hybrid chain where like it's some proof of stake, some proof of work, is what I was gathering. And you know, there was some mixed emotions from like even just the people who were like looking at it, like people accusing accusing Zcash of having like an unlimited supply because of the glitch or whatever, and then also the pretty high dev pre-mine. So like obviously like the devs of the coin had a lot of the coin. I don't know if they still have most of the coin or if they sold it or what, but basically the reasoning from moving from proof of stake, well, to want to move to proof of stake, is because they're saying that the pressure, like there's downward sell pressure because of the miners having to pay electricity, which is true, but like miners are also going out there and telling their friends about, you know, you should get into mining this, you know, you look at these miners over here, like it makes this much, and then that kind of causes like interest into the coin. Maybe not as much as like GPU mining with ASICs, but like it's kind of hard for me to like say, because I'm not solely an ASIC miner. Like if you don't know who I am and you're just watching this video because of the title, like obviously I have a lot of GPUs too. This is my GPU like aisle, and then I'm trying to buy some more of these EchoHash miners actually, because I honestly think that, you know, if they actually do start working on it, you know, just like Ethereum, where the price has gone up from the rumors of proof of stake, if it becomes a big thing, you know, I think while it lasts, it could be really good profits. But you know, you do have to like look at it. Well, you know, ASIC mining is very risky. It's even more risky than GPU mining. I mined through the bear market of 2019 and 2020, and you know, I was making cents a day per card on my RX 588 gigs, 1080 Ti's, all that stuff was making cents a day. Like I stuck out, and you know, it led to me expanding a lot. Obviously, now I have a warehouse. I started off in my you know, just a gaming rig with a 1080 Ti and a 980 Ti. That's how I started, and it just, you know, blossomed into this over, or a snowball into this over 4 years, and I'm still expanding. Like I'm, you know, with the money it makes, you know, I just reinvest it into what I, you know, more miners, because you know, that's just the way, you know, it's just for tax purposes, and also just obviously it makes more money if I reinvest. So I am trying to diversify. This is kind of like my vlogging style. Like I am trying to diversify into some Bitcoin miners. So, you know, if this does happen, and you know, Ethereum proof of stake happens, I don't want to be screwed when Zcash goes proof of stake at 2. So like, I can't have all my eggs in one basket. And right now, most of my eggs are in Ethereum, followed by my second biggest egg, which is Zcash. Well, actually, technically, it's Ravencoin, then Zcash. But when Ethereum goes proof of stake, my egg and Ravencoin just blows up. So with it, so it's not really a safety net. I do have a couple of other miners, like I have a couple of Dash miners and a couple of Bitcoin miners, like S9s, which those aren't efficient at all. I do have 11 S17s on the way, so like that'll help a little bit, but I do want to try and get like maybe 100 S17s, or maybe look at some S19s, maybe even the XPs that just came out. But like, those are expensive, and these miners I can get for about $400, $500 a piece, versus an S19 costs $8,000 to $10,000, or a Z15 costs $5,000 to $7,000. Like it's a pretty big difference between these older miners that I can still run profitably with my lower price per kilowatt. I'm not like the massive size where they're getting like 2 to 4 cents per kilowatt. I'm not quite down that low, but I am lower than your average home miner. So like, I'm trying to just maintain my current power rate, and I am kind of looking into ways of getting it potentially down to that 4 cents per kilowatt range, or even 4.5 cents would be better than what I'm getting now. I typically pay about 7 cents per kilowatt, if you were wondering. But okay, back to the main topic of this is Zcash going proof of stake. Honestly, if you have miners, and well, even if you're going to buy miners, as long as your ROI time, or ROII as some people like to call it, your return on an initial investment, if it's within like a year, I say go for it. I mean, it's not even like Ethereum where they're saying like next year it'll be proof of stake. They're saying 2-3 years down the road it'll be proof of stake. And then if it's anything like Ethereum's devs, it could get delayed even further. It could be earlier. So like, that's why I'm saying like a year is probably pretty safe to buy equipment on, especially with the bull run that we're in. So like, don't get me wrong, I think it's still okay to buy hardware, but just know, like, if you're looking to buy EcoHash hardware, know that it's potentially coming where these won't be able to mine Zcash anymore. But like I said, you do have Zen, which is like technically the original code for Zcash, and then they like went off and another dev team started doing their stuff. And then you have Pirate Chain, which I personally was mining for almost like over 2 years now. I actually just switched to Zcash because of the potential hype that the proof of stake has had. It already went up 20% in one day, so like, that's a pretty big jump. And if it continues to do that, or just continues to go up, like, obviously it's going to make more money on that than Pirate Chain. It does kind of normally equal out, but Pirate Chain, the price action has been pretty boring, and like, ever since it hit that peak of $16, it's just been going downhill, and it just does not look good at all. Now, maybe I'll look at putting like half my hash rate on Pirate Chain and then half on Zcash once I see that it starts to go the other way and starts to go up again. But right now I just don't see it. And even though we're in a bull market, like, it hasn't really helped Pirate Chain at all, which does not look good for it. Which I know John McAfee was a lot to do with the reason why it went up so much, and then now he's no longer with us. So there's a lot to that. But I just wanted to make this video talking about if you should buy some of this hardware, or if maybe you should look into like just buying. If you're looking at ASIC miners, maybe you should just look at buying Bitcoin ASICs, or Dash ASICs, or Kadena ASICs, or Litecoin, Dogecoin. I mean, there's so many other ASIC miners that you could choose that haven't said they're going to go proof of stake. Now, Dogecoin, who knows? Elon talking to the devs, they might try and go proof of stake. But there's something like official where Zcash has announced like, hey, we want to go proof of stake. And who knows? Maybe if Zcash does go proof of stake and it works out for them, maybe other Bitcoins will also want to do that so they can get a higher price action. Because you got to remember, the devs still want to make a lot of money with their coin, and if they can make the price go up by just kicking off miners, I don't think they'll have a reason not to. The miners obviously won't like it, and they'll probably fork the coin again. But you know, the fork coin normally doesn't ever do as well as the main coin. You can look at like Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SV or even Zen, but Zen really isn't that low below Zcash. But anyways, so yeah, I don't really think there's anything else in this video that I want to talk about. If you guys like this video, or if you have any other videos that you suggest I should make, leave a comment down below. Thanks. Bye.